Welcome back to Chukitable Media. I want you to watch this latest interview made by Edris Abdul Kareem, the Jaga Jaga crooner. You remember he made this record of Jaga Jaga way back during the time of Obasanjo. Now today, the situation in Nigeria still remains the same. It hasn't changed. I mean, if you want to talk about change, it has changed from bad to worse, and the situation of Nigeria keep continuing going down. Now, the latest release of Edris Abdul Kareem is on market now, playing everywhere all over the world, most especially in Nigeria, because that is where the main subject is being discussed. But I'm so surprised that, this latest release of Edris is causing a lot of noise in Nigeria. Nigerians are the main people that are affected by the content of this news release of Edris. And I wonder why Nigerians can't even stand up and say the truth about what is happening to them. The title of this latest record of Edris is Emilokan. Now, Emilokan is playing everywhere. Listening to the music, getting to know the content, you will understand that it really explains and puts into picture what is happening right now in Nigeria. But see, instead of listening to the content, our people started flogging the messenger. The message was not even listened to quietly for them to understand. I don't know what Edris has done to anybody, Abdul Kareem has done to anybody. He's a veteran like you know. But I want you to listen to the first interview that he granted Shahara reporters, whereby he was able to explain forward what he means or how he sees what is going on in Nigeria. But now he has exercised his right to express himself through his music, using it as a means of fighting for the poor or stating clearly what is happening in Nigeria through his own music. You remember we have people like Baba Fela explaining, expressing. He did express and put on the table what was happening in Nigeria during this time. But since the time of Baba Fela, the same thing kept continuing. The country kept going down until where we are today. Edris bared up his mind in this interview, and I want you to listen. Drop the criticism of the persona of Edris. Check out the message in his music. Now, watch.
Edris Abdul Kareem. Let me start with regards to the motivation behind the Emilokan single. Your latest single, Emilokan, has garnered attention for its critical stance on societal issues in Nigeria. Let me start by asking, what prompted you to release this song now? And what message were you hoping to convey to Nigerians?
It's very simple, very, very simple, my brother. I mean, immediately Mr. President, became the president of Nigeria, and the first thing he did before he even got to the seat was going to remove fuel subsidy. You don't know what was on ground. You didn't know what Buhari left on ground. You didn't know what, the fuel subsidy was all about, and you came up and said I was going to remove the fuel subsidy. That was the biggest mistake that the president made. Immediately that happened, a lot of companies started leaving Nigeria. Food prices started going high. Inflation started increasing because people were scared. They didn't know the outcome of what was going to happen. Which is a very, very, very undiplomatic thing from a president to do. Secondly, when all this was going on, the president started taxing Nigerians You know what I mean? You can see how banks are using their platform to tax Nigeria with different unnecessary, charges, which is very, very saddening. You know what I mean? So when you see people saying that bank directors are conniving with federal government to rip Nigerian off, you can now imagine if this is not true. You know what I'm saying? With different, bank charges, which is very, 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 very sad. No. Food prices has increased. You know what I mean? I remember when Jonathan left, bag of rice was 18,000 naira. During Buhari government, it was approximately like 35 to 40,000, 50,000. Tinubu escalated it to approximately 85,000 naira. Diesel and fuel and all that increased from where Jonathan left it was approximately 90 naira. Buhari took it to approximately 300. Then Tinubu skyrocketed it to 1,900. Then they used their artificial analysis by using what's it called, foreign reserve to quench the dollar increase. You cannot stop the dollar from increasing if you don't produce. How would you produce when bandits and terrorism has taken over our farms? When farmers can't go to farm anymore, farmers are now paying bandits and terrorists money to go to farm, which is a very, very saddening situation. To now cap it all, instead of the president to bring out all his security men and send them to the north to go and tackle this terrorism and this banditry, the president is now signing into law GMOs, genetic modified organism. Genetic modified organism, even the white people that created it, that initiated it with their innovation, they are running away from it because it's causing cancer, it's killing their citizens. So now you bring it to Nigeria to come and kill Nigerians. Nigerians who are just hustling to make their money. No electricity, no water, no proper infrastructure, no good roads, nothing. They are just struggling their life. They've been pushed to the wall. They are just trying to survive. Now you want to add to their problem. Where are they going to get money to go to hospital to go and treat cancer? You and I know what genetic modified organism is. For dad and mom, papa and mama, we no understand wetin I dey try talk for village. If una dey go market, make una dey very careful. Make sure say na farm product, organic product una buy. Because the product wey Mr. President signed for market now, say make that they produce. Even Dangote go follow them produce am. It go kill people, it go cause cancer. People go die. You go dey look for money to go hospital. You go see the product, it go long. Yam wey supposed to be like this. Yam go long, it go big. You think say na a wolf. No be a wolf. Na cancer you want chop so. So please, Nigerians, be careful of that. So for me, the president has made a lot of wrong move, which whether he like it or not, some people have to tell him. You understand what I'm saying? So many, many things like that, my brother.
Great. You revisited Jaga Jaga, after 19 years. How do you feel your message has evolved since your original release? And what impact do you hope this new single...
My brother, the new generation of musicians that we have, if they can use their music to speak to power, Nigeria wouldn't be where it is today. But they are using their music to distract Nigerians and at the same time to corrupt children of what is not right. Use your music. Since Nigeria has made you who you are, because people like us who are adult statement in the business has been able to revolutionize the music industry to what it is today. So sometimes use your music to speak for Nigerians, because it is the same Nigerians who made you who you are, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? So Jaga Jaga Reloaded basically was talking about embezzlement, corruption under Buhari government, was talking about the failed currency policy that was created by Buhari government, giving Emefiele opportunity to embezzle our money. How can Emefiele, CBN governor, has more than 350,000 accounts all over the world? You can imagine how much is in each of those accounts. Now, Emefiele and his co-op are telling us that that the $6 million that was meant for election observers, that Buhari signature was forged. Even federal government said that Buhari signature was forged. Ow! That one a lie now. That one a big story. Just say Buhari signed that document, period. Why are you lying? Why are you lying? You know, another big mistake that President Tinubu made. Well, I won't call it I won't call it a mistake. He intentionally did it. He wanted to be president. He brought in Buhari. You know, Buhari does not have the capacity to rule Nigeria. Buhari does not have the capacity to rule Nigeria. He does not have anything to offer. He borrowed money debt under Buhari government before he left. The one that I know 2 years before he left was 77 trillion, which must be more than that before he even left. But somebody was telling me he's about 80-something trillion. So you can imagine that. But you know, you brought him to power because you have an agreement and understanding with him that when you are leaving, I'm the next president, Ojoro no deal. Of course, not party government. You know, if when Buhari was the president, if President Tinubu wanted to help him, he would have helped him to solve the problem. You know, but it's just all about his personal interest. Nigerians are suffering. If you truly care about Nigeria and you ask them to sacrifice, you need to sacrifice. Your vice president needs to sacrifice. Your senators and your House of Rep members need to sacrifice. Why? Because if you cannot pay the labor, if you cannot pay the workers 350,000, then let senators and rep take 65,000 that you are proposing. Let everybody be on 65,000 naira salary. And so that we can all enjoy our suffering and smiling together. It's a saddening situation, my brother. So much more to talk about. It's a pity.
Your music has often sparked a lot of controversy. In fact, your recent single has received quite a mixed reactions among Nigerians. And I'd like to ask, how do you respond to critics who say your recent song is just a cast for social relevance or media?
Those critics are happy slaves. That's their definition. They are happy slaves because these are people that are benefiting from this government. They are happy slaves. And if the critics are part of the GO's members, you understand what I'm saying? Here is my fact. When your daddy GO came out and asked Nigerians through all his churches to sign an undertaking for a 1 million protest against President Jonathan, also, during Buhari government, he came out with 1 million people to protest. Why is it now difficult when things are very, very, very hard now under your Tinubu government, which you know that you guys are paddy movement? Why didn't you come out and ask your congregation to sign 1 million signature and protest against President Tinubu? As a man of God, that is what you should have done, not keep quiet. So when I hear people saying that he's a daddy GO, he's not supposed to talk about politics, he has talked about politics before. He has talked about coming out to protest against President Jonathan. He asked people to sign. He has protested during the Buhari government. So let him come out and protest during the Tinubu government. So we do not say Ojoro no day. So anybody that is saying what you said, you know what I'm saying, they are just happy slaves. Simple.
You've been very vocal about societal issues and throughout your career. Now, how do you perceive your influence on younger generations of musicians and activists?
Younger generation of musicians are not ready. They are just there to just capitalize on what we work for and make money for themselves. They are very selfish people. And if the problem come, when they think, say, now, them get visa, their wife and children get visa, their mama, their papa don't get visa, their brothers and sisters don't get visa. Now here they go buy because now here the wahala will happen. So don't be selfish. Use your music to talk about ills in the society as much as you are using your music to talk about yansh and breast.
Get this up. Looking ahead, what themes or issues do you envision exploring in the near future as far as your music is concerned? And are there specific changes you hope to inspire through your songs?
Mr. President should be the president of Nigerians and think about Nigerians first, not his foreign partners, and do what is needful. Tax the rich. Don't push the poor to the wall. Also, always remember that you are not the only one that fought for democracy. There are a lot of people that fought for democracy. Wale Soyinka fought for democracy, even though he has been very quiet lately. I know he has a good relationship with Tinubu, so we know why. Sowore fought for democracy. Fela fought for democracy. A lot of people died during Abacha time when Tinubu was on exile, together with Wale Soyinka. Dele Momodu fought. So the largest canvas in Africa that was unveiled, that had President Tinubu face, that is a big messed up. You should have, even Abiola that died for democracy face was not on that canvas. So what are you celebrating? This is not all about you. This is about Nigeria. It's called Democracy Day. Unleash the faces of heroes that fought for democracy, not you. You are part of those people that fought for democracy. You are not the hero of democracy. Put the faces of those who died for democracy. So please, whenever you are thinking or making a policy, make a policy that will affect Nigerian positively. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you won't miss out any of our latest video.